Hey friends, welcome to Mountain Meadow Homestead. My name is Melissa if you're new, and today we're going to plant some more seeds, and I wanted to give you an update on our seedlings and how they're doing. Here are our onions, and they need a trim today. They're doing pretty well, so you can see we're starting to get a pretty good stem to them. Here are our artichokes and our celery. We did have some spotty germination that you can see on the celery, but I think we should end up having enough. These are all ready to be up potted. We'll do that tomorrow. I need to get some more soil because I'm out. And then here are our flowers and some eucalyptus, some herbs. We've got some broccoli and cauliflower in the back. These are all ready to be up potted as well. Down here we have some more flowers. We've got some eucalyptus, which had some pretty spotty germination. We've got our lavender that we saved. We have some pretty good germination on that. We've got a bunch of our peppers. I think most of them germinated except for a small handful. So that's really awesome. Here, I started some lettuces to go out in the greenhouse here in about a week. As you can see, they're just thriving and doing really well. So I'm hoping this week we can start hardening them off and getting them outside. I do need to lift my lights up because, as you can see, they're getting too big for the lights. And then here we've just got some more flowers of different kinds. They germinated pretty well. That's all that we have on the shelf right now. What we're going to start today are some different varieties of tomatoes and some more flowers. I got a bunch of zinnias that we want to start. I also have some herbs. I'll show you all the varieties that we're going to start today. It is April the 20th, and so we'll just kind of go through this. I did run out of soil, so I'm going to have to get more to finish what I wanted to start today, but I'll do that tomorrow. I did have my girls go through and pick out what tomato varieties they wanted to grow this year, and so I'm going to show those to you really fast. Let's see. My 6-year-old, she wanted these. They are the orange currant tomato. They're very, very tiny, but they are sweet, and so she likes those. And then my 9-year-old, let's see, she wanted to start the large red cherry tomato. So those are the two that we're going to start for the girls. The rest of these I'm going to show you are ones that we're going to start for in the big garden for our whole family. I did want some cherry tomato varieties because I really love salads during the summer, and they're just fun to snack on. So I have the gold nugget tomato. I've grown this one before. It's fairly sweet for a tomato. I also have the sweetie tomato. So my slicing tomatoes that I'm going to start, one is this pineapple tomato. I heard from Becky at Acre Homestead. She grows these and she said that they're really good. They're supposed to have more of a meaty interior than a watery one, and they have just good flavor. So I'm excited to try that one. Another one that she had recommended on some previous videos was this Dr. Witchy's yellow tomato. So I want to try that one. And then this one is new this year from My Gardener. It's the 42-day tomato. We do have a pretty short growing season, so I'm pretty excited to see how these are because they're supposed to grow in 42 days. So, and then I have the Napoli tomato. This one's supposed to be similar to a Roma tomato, and so I just wanted to give it a try to see how I like it. So as you can see, here's the Roma and then the Napoli. So they look pretty similar. And then I'm also going to do some tomatillos. I have this Toma Verde tomatillo that I'm going to start. It's a new variety to me, but it's supposed to be, you're supposed to be able to harvest it in about 60 days. So that's one tray. I have got a second tray that I'm going to do mostly zinnias in it, and then I'll probably do 3 rows of the Roma tomatoes that I showed you. But I have the Isabella zinnia, the Queenie red lime zinnia, and the Oklahoma salmon zinnia. And then the last one we got from our local feed store. This one's called a giant double violet queen zinnia. Look how pretty that is. So that's what we're going to start in this other tray. This tray over here, if you have seen my previous seed starting videos, then you have seen where I did the cold stratification for these raspberry seeds. We're going to go ahead and try and get these started. Hopefully this worked. If not, we'll buy some starts. I'm also going to do some sage. I don't harvest a ton of sage each year, but I do want a little bit of sage. This one is new for me, sweet marjoram. I don't use it a lot in my cooking, but I'm excited to see if I like it and if I can add it to my cooking spices. And then I just want some more chives. They're nice to have when you don't have onions that are ready to be used yet in the garden. These 2 seeds I collected myself, so hopefully they germinate, but I have catmint and dill. And the catmint, the bees really like. And so my hope is that I can start enough of this that I can put around my chicken coop along with lavender, and it'll be there for the bees. Then I also have some basil. So I have 2 varieties of basil. I've grown these 2 varieties for the last 2 years, and I haven't decided which one I like more than the other. So we're gonna grow both of them. But I have Italian large leaf basil, and then I have Genovese basil. And they taste really similar. I grow a lot of basil, so I'll start this basil, and then I will direct seed some basil in the garden as well. The basil that I usually direct seed, it'll grow all summer, and then I harvest it about August, and that basil I usually will turn into pesto. Whereas this basil that I'm starting, I will harvest throughout the summer too, and I will typically use that for freeze drying. I freeze dry a ton of basil, and I freeze dry a lot of cilantro. Those are like my 2 main herbs, along with oregano. So I like to have a lot of basil if I can. Flowers. So I'm going to do Johnny's Pastel Mix Status. And then I've got Apricot Status. And then I've got Apricot Aster. I've got Kate's Formula Mix Stock. We've got some Bachelor Buttons. I haven't grown these before, so I'm excited for those. Marigolds. We got calendula and German chamomile. My hope is that I can grow enough flowers of different varieties that we can have a decent bouquet on the table all throughout the summer. I was able to do that for the most part last summer, and I absolutely loved having that many flowers on my table. How I have this split out for my tomatoes, a lot of these tomatoes, besides the Napoli tomatoes, I only needed a couple, so I'm going to start 2 of each, and then the rest will be tomatillos and these Napoli tomatoes. I already took the time to label all of my pots and the side of my trays. I don't know if you can see this, but so I've labeled the side of my tray. That way I can just go to town doing my seeds, and I don't have to worry about forgetting to label or which order I did it in. all those tomatoes, I have put the seeds in here along with the tomatillos. We're just gonna cover up the soil just lightly. Some of these are pretty small seeds and they don't need a ton of soil coverage on them. All right, now we're gonna do 3 rows of our Roma tomatoes, and then we're gonna do 2 rows of each of our zinnias, and then our white zinnias, we'll do 1 row of them. If you haven't seen a zinnia seed, that's what they look like. I don't know if it's just the brand of, like this brand, the Livingston brand, but these almost have like a shiny, I don't know if it'll pick up, almost have like a shiny purple tinge to it. There we go. But I just think that's interesting. These are good to go. All right, let's take a look at these raspberry seeds. This is what it looks like after spending, probably a month and a half to 2 months in the refrigerator. So we're just gonna, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. We're just winging this. I've never planted calendula seeds. Look how funky those look. Love it. I'm gonna do 2 in each of these little cells because we can always break it apart. I'm just gonna do 1 on each end. This is what marigold seeds look like. Kind of reminds me of like a porcupine. All right, friends, that's all I have for you today. Tomorrow I'm gonna go get some more soil and we'll up pot some peppers. We'll get the rest of these flowers started and just keep chugging along. So please like and share this video if you enjoyed it. And if you're not already subscribed, we'd love for you to stick around for future videos. So we hope you have a great day, friend, and we'll see you next time.